I haven't reported on the Diddy case yet for a few reasons. One, I do feel it's a little biased, and two, I also wanted to have some new information to add that no one had. But when I heard the magic name, I'll be sure, I knew that going forward, I'll be sure to pay attention closely to this case going forward. But if you know like I know, it's over for Diddy. But if you don't know then, so boom, it's looking like Diddy's biggest op and baby daddy-in-law. Yeah, I'll be sure. The dude who got the same baby mama as Diddy, Kim Porter, he might be testifying in court against Diddy. But it ain't just he might. Bruh's excited to take the stand. Like he been waiting 30 years to get this off his chest. He ready to air out everything. All them industry secrets, the dark side, the shady deals Diddy been on since the 90s. I'll be sure talking like he finna throw Diddy under the jail. Not in it, under it. And if you don't really know the backstory between them two, or why this is horrible for Diddy, let's get into it. I'll be sure just did an interview about 4 days ago accusing Diddy of some wild crimes, and we're about to get into it. He's one of the few people in the industry who's been standing on business that Diddy's been behind Kim Porter's passing. Kim was Diddy's ex and she died from pneumonia out of nowhere. Healthy, vegan, took care of herself. But Al B and some others claim that she told them that Diddy was trying to kill her. Now Al B has been on this for years. He even posted about this on his IG a couple months back, saying the case around Kim's death needs to be reopened. And to be honest, he's not letting none of this go. Al B sure went off. He said Cassie, yeah, Ventura, was a threat to the folks making money off Diddy's twisted behavior. Then he straight up said Kim Porter was taken out because she was about to do what Cassie ended up doing, exposing all the dark industry mess and light a fire under them boys. He said that's what kicked off this whole avalanche, this downfall we watching play out now. Diddy going down, Satan getting dragged into the courtroom. Then he said, we gotta honor Kim's memory, the pain she went through, the truth she tried to put out there herself, not this fake book making up her last words. Nah, that's cap. And he wasn't done. He warned lawsuits are coming, big ones for the folks trying to drag his name through the dirt. He said, me and Kim was talking just a few days before she passed. She was healthy. We was cool. Just close friends. No funny business. We was talking about our son and celebrating his wins. And he closed with a message. We got to keep pushing for justice. Everybody who had a hand in what happened to her, they need to be held accountable all the way to the fullest extent of the law. Now, this is the last dude you want on the stand talking bad about you. If they call Al B Shore in to testify, that means they're looking into more than sex trafficking. They're looking into Kim Porter's actual death. And maybe that coma that Al B Shore said that Diddy put him in. They're digging into real dirt, murder, violence, all the wild stuff Diddy did allegedly behind the scene to control Kim's life and keep other men away. And Al B ain't done. He's got a book dropping September 9th, exposing 20 to 30 years of Diddy being violent towards him and other men that have been around Kim Porter's life. So whether it's on the stand or in them pages, he's ready to spill everything. While on Fox 5 a few days ago, Al B Shore confirmed the rumors. Yup, prosecutors really did reach out and ask him to testify against Diddy. He said it out loud. He's been subpoenaed. And he didn't stop there. Al B went on to make some heavy accusations. He blamed Diddy for Kim Porter's death, and he blamed him for the coma he ended up in too. Straight up said Diddy had a hand in both. Al B said he told the cops about Diddy's trafficking a decade ago. They called him crazy and then snitched right to Diddy. Next thing you know, Diddy's threatening him and he ends up in a coma. Now he's saying Diddy did the same thing to Kim Porter to stop her from speaking. Cassie was just the first one to speak and survive.
Earlier this year, had a medical emergency when he was rushed to the hospital after collapsing while working on new music. He called one of his closest friends for help.
Eddie F is standing above me. I'm in a wheelchair and he's talking to security. He had me hidden in the corner and I'm in an emergency room. And then I remember him embracing me, putting me in his Escalade or whatever, and moving me. And I just remember, those are the vague things that I remember. And wind up being in a hospital somewhere. This is in July 2022, and then it was October.
In a coma for 2 months, Al was close to death.
I was intubated. I was on a ventilator. I had a tracheotomy. I mean, there was so many things going on to the point where they were considering sending me to hospice. And what people don't truly understand unless you've been through this type of medical journey is taking for granted breathing, tying your shoes, speaking.
As details of his health crisis began to surface, he received calls and letters from all over the world.
Keep your spirit right. Know that we praying for you. We love you. And everything's in God's hand.
And all of my amazing, industry colleagues and friends and, everybody from, Snoop and Halle Berry and just, everybody's been reaching out to send love, prayers.
One of the most memorable, his recent letter from Vice President Kamala Harris.
Receiving this beautiful, beautiful...
I'll be sure I drop weight got in the best shape of his life, started working on music, and boom, went into a coma out of nowhere. The same thing happened to Kim Porter, only he survived. Doctors couldn't explain it. He has his own theories on Diddy, but hasn't publicly said them yet. What he did eventually do was finally say Diddy's name once he was fully pressed about it, because Fox 5 journalists didn't let him dance around it at all. They straight up asked, "This is about Diddy, right?" And Al-B confirmed it. They started talking like he was already on the stand.
But this is about Diddy, so let's be clear for everybody that doesn't know.
Diddy, who's about to, his trial's about to start. Yeah, yes. They're selecting a jury.
But you were on this train years ago.
Yes, many, many years ago, I posted some information that was, basically trying to save my life. And thank goodness to my ex, the wonderful Kim Porter, the late Kim Porter, who, kind of warned me all along the way to, just kind of watch your back, so on and so forth. And I didn't understand why.
Because of Diddy?
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
Why? What evidence do you have?
She was in the best of health. We just saw each other prior to her passing.
Now, to be real, just because someone's healthy doesn't mean they can't suddenly get sick. So that alone ain't enough to pin a murder on Diddy. But Kim allegedly telling her friends that Diddy was trying to kill her, that's stronger than just saying she was in shape. Now, the part where Al-B's saying that he's been subpoenaed and he's talked to his lawyer and he's down to testify as long as a few constraints are made.
And this magnitude of a story of detriment, of diabolical, just heinous, whatever's really going on, it's unfortunate.
Is Diddy suing you or threatening to sue you?
No.
No?
I have the truth.
But one thing is, you have volunteered to testify at the trial, correct?
Not as of yet. Actually, I was subpoenaed.
Okay.
So my attorneys worked something out. So I believe when the time is right, I'm going to discuss it with my attorneys.
Mm-hmm. But you're willing to?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, I am. And again, there's no, like I said, this is not marketing for me. I'm living this life. And
So
the only
yes.
reason I wanted to tell the story, Kurt, was very specifically because I was ignored. There was the most expensive PR campaign against me to shut me down. If you actually knew what they did to me, there was a bounty on my head. There was a bunch of stuff.
So do you think specifically then that Sean Diddy Combs or people affiliated with him did something to you that caused you to have multi-organ failure?
I believe this to be the case, yes. Absolutely.
Wow.
My first time saying it.
Are you concerned that he still has power outside of incarceration?
Remember, I'm the only one who spoke up, and I'm the only one left alive. So this is not about a scared thing, It's just time to reveal the truth. I mean, it is what it is. I went through many, many years of scrutiny and being dragged face first on the concrete, being called delusional and things of that nature. When I said sex trafficking and all the things that I said, because my job was not, listen, I don't want to take down your business if that's what you're doing. Just stay out of my backyard.
Now, if you ask me, what really backfired on Diddy was his ego. He had so much unchecked power for so long that folks were going to let the trauma slide as long as he just left them alone. But Diddy couldn't do that. He kept pushing, he kept harassing people until finally people started snapping back. Take Kid Cudi. He wasn't even in Diddy's business, but because Cassie left Diddy for him, Diddy allegedly blew up the man's car in front of his house. Just on some don't play with me energy. People would move on, but Diddy would keep pressing. He thought he was untouchable and he overplayed his hand. And the scariest thing I heard in that whole interview was when Al-B said, "Of course Diddy's not suing me, because I'm telling the truth. And that's why Diddy's cooked." And if you made it this far, the left side of your screen to see why Shiloh Hendrick has the country divided so far. And also, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware, put me in that outcome because I need to be there, man. Because I know there's 10 other streamers out there doing it like me, but...
Fuck that little 10.
I'm maxed out.